Hello everybody, thank you for joining as we welcome our opponents. We're playing with the Bloomburrow deck for the most part. It's part of the series 12 Days of Bloomburrow here at Tpull's Corner. I'm Travis and I'm playing a Valley Rodcaller. I have multiples of them now. Did you play enough effects already? Let's get rid of this. We can just afford to pay the ward cost. It's kind of disgusting they got a mythic rare land walker and the innkeeper's talent at the same time. What can we do? Let's take out Lord Skitter. We'll get some rats, we'll make sure they can't bring anything back from the graveyard, and we power up Valley Rodcaller's life drain at the same time. They've already got this set up to level 3, and they just have another replacement, Bristly. Bristly Bill, you are like my nemesis, aren't you? Okay, we'll bring down another Rodcaller. And a persistent marsh stalker. We get some more rats, and they don't have menace, so we get to drain them for 5 points just by attacking. And it's your fault because you put out Bristly Bill. You deserve whatever you get. These turn 2 Bristly Bills, turn 3, turn 4 Bristly Bills. After I get rid of your other Bristly Bill, I've had enough of it. Enough, I say. None of this matters now. They're already dead. I've got 2 Valley Rodcallers. I'm going to drain them for 10 life. Do whatever you want. We just don't care anymore. We could do this, though. They're not waiting for it. Killed by rats. Do you feel bad when you get killed by rats? What's worse, getting killed by rats or getting killed by poison? Alright, let's go ahead and show you the deck. This is, I want to say this is day 9 of the 12 Days of Bloomburrow. And we've done most of the animals, so this is a tribals deck. And I raided a lot of Eldraine to actually put together the rat deck just because I wanted to do black and red, and out of all of the other animal types, I think the one that has the most set or the most support in the surrounding expansion sets is rats. So here's what we got. Let me do the overview first, right? Still hanging at 24 lands, 32 creatures, probably more creatures than I've ever done. Average is 2.8, so we've gotten all of the other Bloomburrow decks have been a little bit cheaper. This is getting closer to average. We've got 1 Gnawing Vermin. This is from Brothers War. 1/1 Rat. When it enters, target player mills 2 cards. When it dies, creature you don't control gets -1/-1. A Harried Spear Guard. 1/1 with haste. When it dies, you get to create a 1/1 Black Rat creature token. So a lot of what we're doing here is not necessarily or using main rats, but just creating a lot of token rats. Bonebind Orator is a Squirrel Warlock Bard. You bring them down for 2. You can exile it, return another target creature from your graveyard to your hand. This is technically not a rat, but I might be able to bring something back with it. I've got 4 Burglar Rats. This is from Foundations, actually. When it enters, each opponent discards a card. So you get a 1/1 and make them discard a card for 2 mana. For interaction, a couple of Fells to destroy target creature. 1 Innocuous Rat. This is from Duskmourn. When it dies, you manifest Dread. Okay, now we're finally getting to Bloomburrow cards. Persistent Marshstalker. I did choose 4 of them, though. It's a 3/1 Rat Berserker. It gets +1 for each other rat you control, and then it has a if you've got 7 or more cards in your graveyard and 3 spare mana, Whenever you attack with one or more rats, you can return this from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. So usually when you attack with this, it's powered up enough. It's like at least a 4, 5, or 6, and so they usually want to kill it. But if they kill it, that maybe means they didn't get rid of any of your other rats, and you can just attack with one of the other rats next turn, pay the 3, and bring back this 4, 5, 6 kill. But it's very powerful. A Tangled Colony from Eldraine can't block. When it dies, create X 1/1 black rat creature tokens. So we're back with the rat tokens, where X is the amount of damage dealt to it this turn. 3 of the values are Squirrel Warlocks. I have 3, so I'm using 3. 1/3 with Menace. You lose X life, and they lose X life, the opponent, and you gain X life, where X is the number of other squirrels, bats, lizards, and rats. And you saw how effective this could be just in the first game just now. Cruel Claw's Heist. Say that 3 times fast. Sorcery for 2 mana. You target opponent reveals their card. You take a non-land card from it and you exile it. If you give them another card, you can cast a card that you take as long as it remains exiled, and you don't have to worry about what color mana it is. So this is probably one of the most well-designed cards out of all the gift mechanic cards, because it helps you, right? If you gift them a card, they get to draw, but you still get first dibs on it. So if it's a good card, if it's an extra land, what do you care? But if it's a good card, you get to not just make them get rid of it, but you get to cast it. So this is probably, out of all the gift cards in the entire expansion, this is probably my favorite. I need to get more copies of it. Tattered Ratter. Human Peasant. Whenever a rat you control becomes blocked, it gets +2 to power till the end of turn. 2 of the Lord Skitters. Again, still with Eldraine. It's a legendary rat noble. Whenever another rat you control enters, you exile a card from opponent's graveyard. Love that effect. Hate going up against it. 3/3, and beginning your combat, again, we get another 1/1 black rat creature token. Lord Skitter's Butcher. When it enters, you can get another black rat creature token. You can sacrifice another creature and scry 2, then draw a card, or give all your creatures Menace. That can be a game ender just by entering into the battlefield if you've already got enough other rats in play. Psychic Whirl, I just took this for fun. Target opponent discards 2 cards. If you control a rat, you get to surveil 2 as well. Carhumanix Rat King, another legendary rat. This one's a Phyrexian rat from yet another different expansion. 3/3 with Toxic 1. All the other rats suddenly have Toxic 1, so we actually have a poison play in here too. When it enters, you look at the top 5, any number of rat cards, and put them in your hand. Followed by Totentan's Swarm Piper, another legendary creature, but this one's human. 2/3, whenever it or another non-token creature dies, you get to create the 1/1 black rat creature token. And for 2 mana, target attacking rat you control gains Death Touch, which can be kind of fun if you're marching in with a 6/1 March Talker and maybe it was going to die anyway. Maybe it was going up against a 7/7 or an 8/8. Doesn't matter. Now you give it Death Touch. Okay, back with Bloomburrow. 4 of the Thornplate Intimidators. 4/3, when it enters, target opponent loses 3 life unless they sacrifice an online permanent or discard a card. So with that and Psychic Whirl and Cruel Claw's Heist, we've got a little bit of getting into their hand and making them discard. This has Offspring 3, so we can make them do it twice if we get a little baby rat rogue you see pictured there to the right. We have our 3rd legendary rat. There's a lot of legendary rats in this deck. Wick the World Mind. It is Bloomburrow, 2/4. Whenever Wick or another rat you control enters, you get a snail creature token this time, if you don't already have one. If you do have a snail, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on a snail. And for 3 mana that's colored strangely blues in there, sacrifice a snail. Wick deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to each opponent. Then draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. I don't have any blue in here. Twisted Sewer Witch for 5. You get a 3/4 human warlock. When it enters, create, sing along if it sounds familiar, a 1/1 black rat creature token. Then for each rat you control, you create a wicked token attached to that rat, so they all become 2/2s, and if you kill any of them, the opponent's going to lose 1 life. Wick's Patrol Rat Warlock costs 6 to get down. It's a 5/3 only. When it enters, you mill 3 cards. When you do, target creature an opponent controls gets -X/-X, where X is the greatest mana value among cards in your graveyard. So we did have 4 copies of Twisted Sewer Witch, so maybe we'll have a 5-drop in our graveyard, and we can do a -5/-5 on a creature, that kind of thing. So you see, I did go into a lot of other expansions, but for a few select creatures like the Persistent Marshstalker, I made sure to choose 4 copies. Thornplate Intimidator from Bloomburrow, chose 4 copies. But I just kind of wanted to acknowledge that what Wizards of the Coast did when they were making these animals for Bloomburrow is they also knew ahead of time that they were going to be coming to this Bloomburrow plane. So when they were making earlier expansions, they created other animals that were the same animal type, knowing what was coming so that they could possibly support them. So this is probably more than any other deck one that sort of takes advantage of that and feels free to root around in about 4 or 5 other expansions that are surrounding it that came before it for the most part, and putting those in the recipe, so to speak. So this is probably the least Bloomburrow of all of them in terms of the actual rat cards coming from Bloomburrow. But in terms of rat synergy, it might be the Bloomburrowiest deck of all. I'll leave it to you to decide. Okay, we get rid of Psychic Whirl. They'll use their discard spell so that we can get rid of our discard spell. Let's make them get rid of something. Ha! Take that. They're taking a lot longer to think about things than we were. They must love their cards. All my cards are so good. And we're waiting. It's always fun to see this card to see who they're going to mill, them or me. They did us a favor. They put a Marshstalker in the graveyard already. Thank you. I don't think we want to have them gaining life, so I think we go ahead and do this now. There's a danger in that, you know, if they get an on-curve Shieldred or something, we're probably done for. In the meantime, I'm really flooding out. And just like that, we're back. Let's go get some more rats. Yeah, I'll take that one. I can take both. I get 2. They get to see what I have. I'm okay with that. What can you do here? You can put that to level 2. I'm not concerned about that right now. This can be a death by 1,000 cuts kind of card. Let's see. I think we just put this down for now. Let's make them discard something. Fiendish Panda. Okay. They know we have this, so let's bring this down next. And then I think we're okay with sending the Rat King. If they want to double block, it's fine. They're just going to chump block. Okay, so they did that for the trigger. But now we've got a 6/1. I like it. I'm not seeing a drawback there. Let's see. If we bring down 3 Tree City, declare the rat. 4, 5, 6, 7. Not enough for... No, yes it is. If I do this, I can pay the offspring, right? Auto pay. Perfect. Just enough. Lose 3 life or discard a card. Or sacrifice something. 3 life? What next? They chose to lose the life. You've got to block the 8-1. That means I get 5 points through and 3 toxins, 3 poison counters. Thanks to... No, he's getting rid of the Rat King. He's taking 10 points of damage. Oh, you better have a board wipe. That's... Oh, nope. They were not prepared to handle the rats. We've done other decks. We've done rabbits. We've done birds. We've done mice. We did a mice deck. What happens when we combine the rats with the mice? They're so close to each other. For those who have been with me for the entire series, since we've done 9 of the 10 main ones, then the mystery's gone for video number 10. You know you're going to get the frogs finally. What do you want for video number 11 for our 12 Days of Bloomburrow? Do you want rat mice? What kind of deck do you want? I've got a number of ideas already. Like I had my plans, but I'm here sharing stuff for your entertainment. So if you've got a request, I am willing to entertain it. I won't make promises, but you know what? Rat mice. I don't mind that idea for a theme. As soon as you bring out something like the Tattered Ratter, you tell them that the whole deck is about rats. I'm okay. That was a lot of land. Let me make them discard a card. They're blue. You have to give them extra time. No way! Cosmid left. After a single discard. Some people are just fed up with discard. I don't know if I don't know how prevalent discard decks are. We don't have a lot of it. Got maybe, you know, if you include all 4 creatures, we've got 6 spells in there. That's 3 quick wins, though. That's kind of been the case with all the Bloomburrow decks. For the most part, we win. Sometimes we win really fast. So if you want to get your 15 wins in, and you keep hitting the reset timer like I do on number 14, you know, maybe consider one of these decks. Let's see. We can't get down the Tattered yet. I think let's go ahead and put down the tap land. I probably should have played that one on round 1. We'll see if it costs me. Okay, we could do this. I don't want to put that one down yet. How about just a Tattered Ratter? That'll tell them what our deck's about. Again, we don't care all that much. Okay, if they're going to be playing with stuff like Tithing Blade, then I want to get down multiple creatures so that if they do play removal, if there's a choice to be made, I get to choose which one is gone. So we'll put down the Marsh Stalker. Goes from a 3-1 to a 4-1. Their targeted removal would still take them out. Instead, it's Sinister Monolith. I don't really have a way to take that out, but I do have a way to attack for 5 points. And then, do we go ahead and put down Pit of Offerings now? I guess we do. And okay, I'm trusting they don't have a board wipe. That's going to be 13 damage if it's unanswered. What did I say? Okay. That might be game. Next, we get another rat. We get rid of Day Judgment. Ooh. They get ward now, right? Ward 2? Not a problem. I am sure we're paying for it. We'll go ahead and exile the Puppeteer. And we can attack for 1. They'll get it back at the end with Sinister Monolith. So we need to get better at doing damage. Oh, they get rid of it just to find more answers. Okay. Another Sheltered Ghost. Well, that was convenient. Okay, could do the Menace thing, or I could do this. There we go. They didn't even block. They could have. They could have saved 2 damage and gotten 1 life point back. They're taking as much life as they can. Okay, what do we do here? Yeah. Yeah, that feels good. I'm just going to attack with this one. Let them chump block. No, they don't even chump block. What are they doing? Are they going to craft this at all? That would just give them... That would give them the basic same type of thing that they already sacrificed. You had to lose a creature because of it. Okay, so now... I like that. And now, when this enters... Everybody gets Menace. Yeah, baby. No, we take you out. Get rid of 1 creature. They get 1 point from the lifelink, and then because they killed one of the rats, I'm going to say I like that one. We're 4-0. It's a trick. They want me to go into ranked. I never win 4 in a row unless I have a new deck and they want me to go in and get my butt whipped in ranked. Oh, I don't have 4 copies of that yet, I don't think. That's cool. Molten Collapse. Yeah, I would want to build a deck that makes sure that I descend with this. I'm greedy. I always want to make sure that I can have more of the choices. Okay, this is just too quick. We can go have a 5th match already. This is kind of reinforcing my point of the whole series that Wizards has made it really easy to design decks. I just went into the search bar, went into search for rats. All of them from all of the different expansions popped up right away. I just tried to pick one of each to start with. So if you're newer to the game, just open a bunch of Bloomburrow packs, choose your favorite animal, and make a tribal deck. You're good to go. And they made sure that they were... Oh, we missed a land drop. They made sure that they are all basically balanced against each other as much as they could. But we may be upsetting the apple cart because when they did the balancing, they were looking at limited, which means you're playing against them only with your own set. Right? So only Bloomburrow animals versus Bloomburrow animals. They didn't do a lot of limited testing, I don't believe, pulling in the animals from the other set, which is what I did here. And I think we bring this down now. Because they're going to try and get a creature with 4 or greater, so we need to counter that as soon as possible. What? I didn't even get to use my discard spells yet. What is going on? I'm not used to green players scooping like that. Green players usually want to stick around. Okay, we're not editing. We're just going straight through. That's 5 in a row. I can't remember last time I won 5 in a row. Hello, Gary. Give us a good battle. Don't run away. I'm even prepared for Wizards team to intervene and give you cards that aren't even in your deck to make sure that I lose. We just don't want you to scoop on turn 3 or 4. Counterspell the hell out of me. Come on. Can't be blocked. Bastard. Why not? Let's stop the damage before it starts. I've got a backup removal card. What do you got? Shoreline Looter. It's another one that can't be blocked. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, so Pit of Offerings. We get rid of the stuff in the graveyard. Sometimes blue, they care how many instants or sorceries are in the graveyard. Okay, here we have to worry about counterspell type stuff. Let's do a Harried Spearguard to start with. They let that go. Burglar Rat. If they let it resolve, they have... There we go. They were going to have to discard a card anyway, so we forced them to show their counterspell over a 2-mana 1/1. That's perfect. Plus I have a duplicate Lord Skitter. I don't like that one. I do not like that card. That card is a problem. I'm going to lose my abilities, depending on what they want to do. Okay, but they didn't have a counterspell for 2. We'll get rid of the Unsummon. And I don't think we need another rat right this second. This has Vigilance too. Pain in the butt. Oh no. Yeah. I can only block with the 1/1s, right? Okay. We name the rat. Okay. Don't care quite as much about that. We can now block the Beastbinder. No, I can't. I need 3 more. This one can't block. I need another 1/1. Now it doesn't matter. Now we're in trouble again. How many of those swords did you put in there? I guess I should have saved my removal. Okay, you get to attack now. Okay, now who do they just put that? Okay, so they put it on Shoreline Looter, so they're gonna get to... They're attacking with both. They're still stopping that. What am I gonna go down to? 7? Let's go ahead and do it this way. They got another one. And they can take over a creature. So the Wizards Spies has decided Travis can't win 6 games in a row. Right? They can copy a creature, and if they make it... No, they'd have to make it 5. They don't have enough to make a copy. So I guess I used my... destruction spells, my removal spells too early. That might have been my fault. Okay, so they have rats. These are both rats. So I'm losing to my own type of things? We keep the 3/3. We exile something. We attack with you. Blocked by my own creature. And now I have to block. Can I block? I can block that one, right? With my innocuous rat. And I get to manifest dread with the Thornplate Intimidator, which is good. And 2 lands. Okay, excellent. And they still have to draw and discard. Fog Bank is not good. Extravagant Replication is really not good. Ugh. It just gets worse. Oh, seriously? Seriously, Arena? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Arena. Turn face up. Choose attackers. It doesn't matter. I can't do anything with any... I'm going to attack with the 1. I'm going to pay the 3. We're going to get an 8-1 attacking. It goes in against the Fog Bank now. I lose a rat. I do like the sound effect that it makes when you hit the Fog Bank, though. They bank another sword. They could put the sword on the Fog Bank, right? Just as a good defender. Kill anything that's coming at you. They could kill the Marshstalker each time. It doesn't matter. I can't block this, right? So I am already dead. They already had lethal. They wanted to maximize the punishment. Okay, so we lost to a mirror match to another rat deck who took some of my rats and beat me with my own creatures. Is that the only way to beat the rats? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I know I should want to get revenge on at least somebody else and go get another win, but I'm being called to dinner, and I lost some time because the stupid AMD drivers messed up, and I had to do a factory reset, and I had to do a whole bunch of things just to make sure that I got my sound back and got everything back to where I could actually record a video. So we will just leave it open to you guys for your comments on what you think of the deck. How you like the way that I assembled this particular tribe of animals compared to any of the other previous ones that I did. And again, remember, I'll go ahead and take any suggestions for the last couple of things. If you've been a long time viewer and you trust my judgment and you just want to remain silent and lurk, continue to lurk as you always do. I'm used to that. But if you do have something that you're really interested in seeing along the lines of these tribal Bloomburrow animals, let me know what your thoughts are. We thank our Patreon subject. We invite everybody to like and subscribe, especially the newer viewers. And we do have some new subscribers, by the way, so thanks for joining me. And with that, we'll leave it there. I'm going to go eat dinner. Everybody else, have a good one.